lobster thermidor sauce, and it's the best in the world. You know, I worked at the Angelique's and the Velvet Turtle for 18 years, and I've had the best lobster thermidor sauce in the world, and I combined it into 3 of the best dishes. Alright, the best thing to make a thermidor sauce, you're going to need a pan, a spatula, heavy whipping cream. I like to make heavy whipping cream with 2 different brands, you know, like the little the little cardboard one and Kroger. You're going to need white wine. You're going to need brandy, Presidente, preferred, and you're going to need Gallo sweet vermouth. Alright? Let's go over here. You're going to need butter, mozzarella cheese, the Mexican floor cheese, it adds flavor and color, and Parmesan cheese. You're going to need salt. Well, I don't like salt, but black pepper. And you're going to need chicken, seasoning, Weber, flour, garlic, onion, shallots, parsley, lemon, and your one and only mushrooms. Alright, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the best thermidor sauce in the world. I worked at Angelique's and the Velvet Turtle for 18 years. I've had the best lobster thermidor from around the world, and what I've done is I've combined the 3 best recipes into one, and this sauce is incredible. Now remember, a thermidor sauce doesn't have, it's only lobster if you include lobster or lobster stock, but you can make a thermidor sauce and put it on fish or even steak. And at the fine restaurants where I've worked, the people went berserk. They would eat the sauce and ask me for more before they even started eating the steak or the fish. That's how good it was. So what I would do is I would put it in a separate bowl so they can dip their steak or the fish and on the food itself. Because the more you give your customers, the happier they are. Okay? Now, let's get going on the cooking, and I will teach you how to make the best thermidor sauce in the world. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Eddie, and I'm going to teach you how to make the best thermidor sauce in the world. Get a spoonful of butter, scoop it on there with your spatula. This sauce you can put on fish, any fish, salmon, trout, and steak. Grill yourself when your guests come over, or you're having a romantic dinner for 2 or by yourself. When you broil your steak, you can use this sauce on your steak also. It is so damn delicious, it's unbelievable. And don't forget to always give your dog a little treat and give him a piece. Alright, I'm gonna throw in my onions, like a little cup of onions, not a lot. There you go. Cook the onions. Probably like, I would put in a half a cup or less, depending on how much you're gonna make. Shallots, same thing. Mix onions with shallots. Alright? Same thing, half a cup or less, depending on what you wanna make. Let that start simmering. And a little extra butter. Always remember, include these ingredients, but make it to your liking, and you will have the best thermidor sauce in the world. Okay? Cook the fire. I put it on high, and then I'll eventually lower it once things start cooking to medium heat. Okay. Oops. See what it's on my hand? I dropped stuff. Let it cook a little bit. And then put in your parsley. Same thing, half a cup, a little bit less. Everything I do is half a cup or less, depending on your liking. Let that cook together there. And always remember, make sure your onions and your shallots have a little bit of brown to them in color. Don't undercook it. And in a lobster thermidor or a thermidor sauce, people like to use salt with all the other ingredients. I never recommend using salt. Salt can actually ruin this dish and the taste. But if you want to use salt, no more to you. When I worked at the Angeliques and the Velvet Turtle, I never used salt on this dish, and it came out great. I remember in my early days when I tried salt, and people would complain about the dish, and I knew I was making a mistake. Because some of these ingredients already have a little bit of salt in them. Alright. Keep putting butter as it moves along, because you got to keep this stuff cooking correctly. So there's your parsley, your onions, and your shallots. And the smell is incredible. The one thing you do got to do is always put your pepper, regular ground black pepper, you know, a little dash. Mix it around. And let me tell you guys, this dish is so easy to make, you can teach kids to make it. So when you're at work, they'll be proud they made you a good dish when you came home. Or you can teach your dog or your chihuahua, but they'll make it for you too, but they'll probably eat it all. Now, you're going to put in your mushrooms next. I get a good portion of mushrooms, because remember, this is a sauce. If I was making actually the lobster thermidor, I'd be putting lobster in here too, but I'm not doing it this time, because I have another surprise for you guys. And let that cook. Always put in a little bit of wine, because it adds flavor with mushrooms, parsley, onions, and shallots as it cooks. You're not going to put the vermouth, sweet vermouth. It's got to be sweet vermouth till later, towards the end. Same with the brandy. A lot of people use cognac. You can do cognac too if you want. It just gives it a richer flavor. And sometimes I use cognac, but I prefer to use white wine, brandy, and sweet vermouth. It's got to be sweet vermouth. Now when you cook this, I always put a little handful of flour. That's it. That's all you need. Don't ever overdo the flour. It'll ruin the dish. Don't forget your garlic. McCormick, always do garlic powder, because I don't have the patience to be peeling garlic and squishing them, smashing them. A little dab of garlic. And whatever you do, do not forget your chicken seasoning. Weber, I prefer. Chicken seasoning will make this dish really roll. And then a little lemon squeeze. And some more white wine. Because as you know, as food cooks, the liquids dissolve. And we're gonna make the best thermidor sauce you've ever had in your life. Look at all that mixing up there. Butter will dissipate, it'll melt and disappear just like water as you cook. And a little bit of more butter there. See how it thickens? I want it to thicken into like a paste before I start adding the creams and the other brandy and so forth. It looks almost like stuffing, because I want it to thicken so it enriches all the flavors together before I add all the other ingredients. This is exactly the way I made it in the Velvet Turtle and Angeliques. Now, we're going to add your little standard whipping cream. And then what I do, I use Kroger heavy whipping cream. I use 2 different brands because it adds a difference in the flavor. Trust me, people, it works. Okay? Give it a little mix. Both brands of whipping cream. Whatever you do, always use 2 different brands of whipping cream. It just will make the flavor kick in. And I made this dish thousands of times, and believe me, this is the only way to roll on this. Especially when you're working at a 5-star restaurant and your customers know good food. They would call me to make dinner at their homes or weddings, and it was out of control. There's just only so much work I could do. I'm already retired, only 53, but I'm burned out from everything. And I do cooking for parties once in a while, and I do, my real estate once in a while. And, but pretty much, I need to relax. So, here we go, you guys. See how it simmers? Look at that bubbling. Is that beautiful? Is that pretty? It looks like a volcano from heaven. Now, when you get your Presidente brandy, you don't put a lot of brandy. Just give it one circle like this. That's all we do, one circle. When you get your Gallo sweet vermouth, I just like Gallo. Same thing, a little dash. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. A little bit more lemon. Now, give it a quick stir. Once you get it at this level, you got to put it on low heat or this stuff will start burning up. And whatever you do, I repeat it continuously. Don't ever use salt on any of this. I've been cooking this stuff for older than I can remember. Longer. And salt will ruin this dish. A lot of people make lobster thermidor sauce, and they use a lot of salt, and trust me, when you serve it to your customers, they're going to be complaining the dish is too salty, and it's one of the most embarrassing things to ever experience. So what you're going to do now, you're going to get your Parmesan cheese, and I just dig in the bag, a little handful like this, throw it in there. You get your Mexican cheddar jack, 4 cheeses. Same thing, because when I make lobster thermidor sauce, I need orange color. I love the coloring it makes. Some of that. And don't forget your mozzarella. Your mozzarella cheese. You gotta have a little bit more mozzarella. And let that sit there. Keep the camera on that dish. And you can also use Romano cheese. I didn't use Romano cheese today only because I ran out, but I would have used Romano also. Stir it. I'm not doing a presentation in the restaurant or anywhere. I mean, just making it at home. You can make this like that. Now, what you always do is you give yourself a taste. Give yourself a little taste test. Let me see. It's ready. It is ready. It's done. What I would do, depending on your taste, I'll add a little bit more wine because I like the more wine flavor. I'll put a little bit of more sweet vermouth because it's just done. Okay, everybody. It's cooking, it's simmering, look at this. Is that pretty? Put a little bit of sweet vermouth more. And your dish is pretty much set. And then I will show you the final presentation when I get my fish and my steak and pour it on. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, everybody, here you go. You got your thermidor sauce, steaks, and there you go. Back to the velvet turtle. Get that thermidor sauce, lay it on the steak. Just like that. Yeah, the velvet turtle Angelique's $42 a dish, and the people would wait in lines just to have this. There you go. Bon appetit. Let me see. Incredible sauce. Have a good weekend. Have a good week, and enjoy good food. Stay thermidor.